What's this? It can't be. Accelerator being knocked down, being thrown aside, being tormented. But with the group seemingly after last order, and running to Toma for assistance once again. I wonder where this can go. Accelerator hasn't exactly been one to really hold his punches, so if they're going to get a taste of his vengeance, I'm willing to watch it. And with Index arriving at the most opportune of moments, what can she do right now? And much like many of the defeats that we've seen in Index, not a single punch, but a punch to the face. And also, whenever you're walking onto a heavily armed scene, you definitely ask what's going on and stay for guidance rather than just getting out of there, really. It's going to be one of two things. A completely above-board legal arrest, which you would have no part of anyway, or you're in trouble. But with the guy having countermeasures out the wazoo to be able to handle Accelerator and probably others as well, do you think anyone's made any acknowledgement of Toma? Another issue with Accelerator is that even if he could be effective with his abilities, he has a time limit. In a perfectly legal manner. There's one way to get out. The thing is, does he care about his life over his duty? That's one way to get out of the situation. It seems they all know the same doctor. Okay. Someone is interfering there and... unknown entity has arrived. Shoot it with a rocket. This guy's not very good at intelligence gathering, is he? And one that I suppose is probably going to be a lot better at it, since he keeps leaving it to his underlings and letting people go. Why would you leave the weapon behind? Sure, he's fired his load, but just leaving it out on the street? Yeah. What kind of scene have you walked in on, Toma? With part of self-defense? And what can they do in this situation? Yes, take a good gander around the side. Thing is, if they're patrolling the scene, hiding behind one of the crashed cars, probably not the best place to be. A scent tracker. I wonder what Accelerator smells like. I wonder how many people have ever said that sentence before. Yeah, you still... There you go. Yes. But her duty has been fulfilled. You can drop her off and let her walk back now. Really? She's reading The Ugly Duckling. Oh, is he going to a much more darker tale? Okay. They seem to be separating quite a lot recently. I mean, yes, Tomo would throw himself into a situation as well, so she's picked up some habits. How would I know when I found him? You all know. I mean, should you really be carrying Sphinx around everywhere? Is Accelerator actually going to be one to... No, he's going to be exactly like Toma. Leave her behind. Oh, just dash. I mean, is there much you could do if she wasn't? But the fact he's carrying a bunch of books or a backpack. And you can probably put her down. She does have legs. There you go. Yeah, against fully automatic firearms, alright. Might be out of your league, but it's a good starting point. Is this the family restaurant that we've seen 100 times over? Were those civilian casualties also done by the same people that are after Accelerator? Or a third party? Oh. Is he just happy to help? Or does he have a vested interest as well? A set of very extraordinary circumstances. I mean, his plan is very straightforward. It doesn't have many steps, but... Oh. What kind of horrifying backstory does Frog-Faced Doctor have now, then? And of course, whenever things get slightly exciting for him, that's when the voice trembles and cracks come through. Now, is she going to be caught up in it? Just received details of someone and they're going to be walking past the window. Ah. Or just, removed from the equation, quite simply. I thought that was a timed explosive. I mean, he takes hostages, but he's not going to harm them if he doesn't have to. Ah, they're after him already. Well, onto him already. Yeah. We go from life or death situations to... Onesama. You'll have to let her know yourself. You'll have to face the music when they get back. But it's a usual occurrence for the dorm mistress. Not initially, but how it will turn out in the end, who knows? You have work to do. It would give her extra reason to get through it quickly, though. I mean, she has work ethic, but all for all the wrong reasons. That might be why. She'll have to... Oh. Well, come to him. At least she introduces herself. It's two entirely unconnected stories that are just kind of happening simultaneously. So now he's got to protect Last Order and himself. Did you get separated from your squad? Really? they were that easily startled. I mean, they know they're after someone like Accelerator, but still. Not from above. She's gotten the information that she needs. The investigation into Toma. Let's run some more checks. You'll have to wear him down slowly. Not sure how that would help, though. More. There's another part of her design which is quite striking here. But since he's worked it out, you know, we can always be sure that nothing incredibly bad is going to happen when you hear his power dispersal little music sting. One way of thinking about it. Human juice. Can't imagine the taste would be very good. I do like how this Accelerator scene has turned into some sort of horror movie. Christ, Accelerator. And she was still alive. Quite the difference in attitude between Toma and Accelerator there. Holy fuck. I mean, they were after him. It's the first time that someone has actually said that he's useful. Well, that and all of his actions have kind of went against them. He's that much of an existence that an entire country is worth less than him. I don't know if that's something to be glad about. You might not be receiving comms. What's that loud crunching noise? Well, she stopped it. Well, that's 40 years of emotional trauma if Accelerator just leaves her alone. Is she not a magician? Does she have some sort of terminal disease? Just had too much pomegranate juice? I think she's a bit distracted from her work. We interrupt this broadcast. Yeah. Would they really broadcast that? Or at least, would it be able to be stay on? And you say that as the phone rings. Uh-oh. The immediate pass out unconsciousness thing that's going around has just hit Uriharu. Someone is making a, well, not a run for it, probably. I mean, not entirely wrong. Really? Do you really want to be antagonizing him right now? You've just seen your entire squad wiped out in relatively vicious ways. Is there much of a man left? Wouldn't think so. He was dodging them so effortlessly. What, stakes from underneath? Yeah, stakes from underneath. I agree. That would be kind of bad. And who are they going to show for this? Because it's... I mean... attempted murder... I don't think Accelerator really attempts much. That was something. The very idea of being caught in a crusher. Let's hope that Nancy, if she's still alive, has the same kind of medical treatment that the frog-faced doctor can dish out. But the thing is, they were sent in to dish out the same kind of ruthless efficiency onto Accelerator. Why are they surprised that they are getting it in kind? And now if we completely ignore Accelerator himself being kind of a wanted man and many of the things that he's done in the past and currently continues to do, he's interacting with people who are also very, very high up on the level of interest of specific parties. So he's not exactly going to have a calm, peaceful life. And that small phone, PDA, handheld gaming device that Last Order dropped in the restaurant, is that going to become maybe not an important storyline, but at least a little tidbit to keep an eye on? And so far we've usually had like a story of the church, a story of some of the underhanded parties of Academy cities, and then maybe some outsiders or gang ruffians, but not really in parallel with each other. Now they are intersecting, crossing over, and no one is really safe. Why is everyone blacking out? At first I thought it was part of this Roman Catholic Church's woman's power. No, I'm not entirely confident in that. Much like the earthquakes or level upper, is it something that has been mentioned and is just part of another big story? But the plot point we all really want to see is the FFD or Frog-Faced Doctor's horrific past. I mean, he's lived to tell the tale and picked up some pretty fancy medical expertise. Maybe he needed it. And the only one that seems out of immediate danger is fast asleep in the hospital on a waiting bench. So until she gets hungry, at least Index is fine. If you enjoyed this episode, let me know if you want to come back for more. You may want to subscribe to the channel. And since Last Order is like a centre point of information dispersal with the sisters, are we going to have any of them step in? You may want to get some rest, so I can see you bright and early for more Index. My patrons are the industrial-sized big metal slab that is slowly descending on me and my channel, with an ungodly amount of force behind it. If you want to join them to extract a little bit more out of the finely minced pulp that would be left, consider joining onto my Patreon, because before the crunch we will all have some anime to watch. So I need to thank Sal, Electric Ant, Arthea, Noku, Raywin, Shiwan, Mecha, Jennifer Rojas, Stinsfire, Big Boy, Mats, Russell Paulson, Girly, Dark Shadow 7899, Kite, Saltytron, Maurizio Lozano, and everyone else. Because without you, I would never be in this position, and whether that's a good thing or not is still to be decided.